Well, hello everybody again. Welcome back into the Colored Gemstone Academy. I am your instructor, Paul Deasy, and this is my YouTube channel, Paul Deasy Gemstones. Well, here we are with another question and answer series. This would be episode 21 of our Q&A series. This is where you get to ask me questions and I get to give you the answers, and hopefully that they're answers that you like. So let's jump right in with both feet. And the first one comes from Tony Zumpano, and this is from episode 62, A Blast from the Past. And if you haven't seen that episode, it's an old video of me being a host on HSN, and there was some weird dragon guy there called Scorch, very funny, a puppet, and I was asking anyone in the audience if they knew who it was, and Tony happened to be someone in the planning department of HSN in my early days. And she finally came up with an answer for me. She said, I believe it was a MasterCard HSC, which was Home Shopping Club promotion for HSC credit card. I remember taking the tape home to show my dad because it was so adorable. Well, I didn't remember that, but this is certainly a twist of fate, or a reversal of fate, that you got to answer my question. So this could be maybe a whole new thing where you guys get to answer questions from me. Who knows? We'll see what happens. That was number one. Okay, number two this week comes from, and I apologize if I don't pronounce this name correctly. It looks like Hank Gafesu or Gafesu. And this is from watching episode 15, Ethiopian Opals. And he says, hello, Paul. I'm originally from Ethiopia and now living in the USA. I want to invest in Ethiopian Opal. What do you advise me? Okay, great question. First of all, welcome to the USA, and more importantly, welcome to the Colored Gemstone Academy on my YouTube channel, Paul Deasy Gemstones. The good news for you is that the Ethiopian Opal has become incredibly popular over the past 10 or 15 years. I remember the first time I had it on a shopping channel was probably 10 to 12 years ago, and it really took the world by storm. It became one of the most popular items that I had on that channel. So the good news is you can walk into virtually almost any jewelry store where you're living in the USA, and they're bound to have some Ethiopian Opal. It's become very, very popular, and it's relatively affordable compared to things like black opal from Lightning Ridge or even regular Australian opal. Tremendous, tremendous product. It's also available readily on a lot of the more prominent shopping channels out there. So if you can get QVC, a shopping channel, or HSN, the one's right down the road from here in Clearwater, Florida. St. Petersburg, Florida, I should say. There's also a channel in Knoxville, Tennessee called the Jewelry Channel. And there's the Liquidation Channel out in Austin, Texas. All of these shopping channels are going to have a lot available for you in that Ethiopian Opal. Now, if that's not what you're looking for, and you're looking more for wholesale, that maybe you want to get into the business of Ethiopian Opal, well, then I would recommend, every year there's a tremendous show. Actually, it's a whole bunch of shows in Tucson, Arizona, called the Tucson Gem Show, and there's 10, 15 different shows that go on simultaneously. Some of them you have to be part of the trade in order to go and purchase, and you can buy wholesale. Others are open to the public. And if you go there, and it's usually around the first week of February every year in Tucson, Arizona, you're going to find some incredible specimens. And also the Jog Show. I know that my friend Ernie Montoya, one of the biggest turquoise dealers in the world, he's in the Jog Show there in Tucson, and he has some incredible specimens from a dealer in Ethiopian Opal every year at the show there. So that'll be a couple of ways that you can invest in your Ethiopian Opal. I hope that answers your question, and it was a good one. Thank you. All right, moving to Tanya Lynch, and this is from episode 58, which happened to be on tourmaline. And during the course of that lesson, we talked a little bit about the very rare and expensive Paraiba tourmaline. And she says, The Paraiba tourmaline is so beautiful. Thinking I need one in my life. Well, I can tell that by you liking that stone, you have certainly champagne and caviar tastes. I just hope you're not on a beer and burger budget, because a big, nice Paraiba tourmaline is going to set you back a ton of dough. But I agree with you. I think it's one of the most beautiful gems on earth. Okay. Thank you, Tanya, for the question. Oh, this is a great question. I think this is going to be one that's going to resonate with a lot of you. And this one comes from Diane Miller, and this is from Q&A series episode 19, which would have been 2 weeks ago. I frequently drive past the sign for the Royal Peacock Opal Mine in northern Nevada when traveling from my home in Oregon to my job in Arizona. I finally stopped today to visit with the lady in the gift shop. I was rather amazed at the price of $190 for a bank dig and $75 for a tailing dig. Those are the prices for an all-day dig. One of your past videos, you gave a list of several places in the U.S. where a person can gather or dig for gems. Is this a fairly common price, or are prices all over the board based on the gem itself? Thanks for all of your information, Paul. Okay, great answer. Great question, Diane. And yes, I did do a lesson where I showed, I think, 10 or 15 different places in the United States where you can experience mining and go on a dig. And to answer your question, yes, the prices are kind of all over the board. One of the things about the opal in Nevada that you're talking about, the Virgin Valley, the Peacock Mine, the Bonanza Mine, these are mines that have the very rare black opal. And black opal is a very, very expensive gemstone and a very rare gemstone, and happens to be one of my absolute favorite gemstones. But there are other places where it would be, you know, a little bit less than that one. So they're not all going to be cookie cutter or one size fits all. There's also the Diamond Crater State Park, Crater of Diamonds State Park in Arkansas. And I believe, and I may not have the up-to-date prices, but it's a state park. So I think you spend $10 if you're an adult, plus taxes, of course, and maybe $6 if you're bringing children, $6 for children. And you could just go and look for diamonds there. And people have found some very expensive diamonds. As far as some of the other mines all around the place, and I remember when I was filming at the Royston Turquoise Mine in Nevada, and they were, and Dean Otteson, who's no longer with us, but who was running it at that time, he had a mining adventure for people that would, and it might have been $50 or something like that. First of all, I wouldn't think of this as a way to get rich. But I do think that everybody, if you get the chance, should go on a mining adventure because it's fun. You may find something, and you will also get an appreciation for what these gem miners have to go through to bring these gems to you. As far as the, going to the bank versus the tailings, don't be so quick to dismiss the tailings. I remember when I was filming at the Kingman Turquoise Mine in Golden Valley, Arizona, and of course the proprietor of that is Marty Colbaugh, and now his son Josh. They've owned that mine, or leased that mine, for years. And he told me during the course of my interview with him that when they're mining and they find a vein, they get the big bucket, and anything like as big as your fist they're putting in the bucket. Anything else goes into a truck, and that's where the tailings are. And then he set up a conveyor belt inside a mobile home where people would just put the tailings on there, and then the workers could pick out pieces of turquoise. And he said well in excess of 50% of the turquoise that comes out of that mine comes from the tailings. So don't be too quick to dismiss the tailings. But I would really recommend you do that. It's a great experience if you get the chance to do it. And as I said, going through the tailings would be fine. Don't forget, you're also paying for somebody who is not doing their mining job, but maybe, you know, opening up earth where you can dig with your shovels and probably advising you as well. So that's just another revenue stream for the leaseholder of the mine, because they're paying all the money to lease the land and to stake the claim. So I hope that answers your question, and it really was a very good question. See where I am. I'm afraid that these are going to run too long, too far. So you know what? I think that we will call it quits for this lesson 21 on the Q&A series. Remember that every single Saturday morning at 10 a.m. is when we have the new gem lessons drop. And then every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern time in the United States is when I answer your questions. So I'll keep doing that as long as you're watching. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please do me a favor and subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. I always want these to be free lessons for all of you who love gems, but by subscribing, it helps me continue to do this for free for you. Thank you so much, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye, everybody.